Alright, okay, so we're actually at the last step in order for us to actually finish solving for our variable here. Once again, it says find one value of x that is the solution to the equation. We did start off this example, guys. This is example 3. We did start it off in this case where we're actually going to be solving towards the end. Now, first part in this case, guys, is identifying what the variable is going to be equal to. Now, in this case, the variable we choose in this case does not matter as long as it's not an x. Khan Academy does prefer to do M and P, but if you guys want to use any other variable, it really doesn't matter. Now, from there, we are going to make, in this case, that variable, that new variable a, the expression that is inside the parentheses. I mean, pretty most of the time it's actually just already given to us. In this occasion, we're given both of them. So wherever we see this expression, we are going to be rewriting it. Wherever we see the expression here, we are going to be rewriting that. Like I said, guys, this one is already given to us. It's already, I mean, all we have to do here is basic substitution. Where we saw an a, we substituted into the equation here, and then we decided to move the 18 to the opposite side to make the equation equal to 0. This one, guys, is, I feel like, something that you guys are already familiar with. You know what the variable is going to be equal to, and you can make the equation equal to 0. Now, our second step in this case is factoring. There's actually two ways we could factor. We could either factor using the diamond method, as you guys see here, or we could also factor with the GCF, which is something we did in example number 1. So from here, if we're doing the diamond method in this case, you need to identify your leading coefficient, x coefficient, and constant. And you find two factors in this case that multiply to the top and add to the bottom. In this case, we are able to go straight off to writing the binomials because our a value in this case is equal to a 1, so we're able to go straight off. And then from there, we find our a's, right? Find the values of a. Now, from here, I said we were going to actually come back to this here. And the last part in this case, we'll say this is the last part for us here. Last part is actually solving for x. Since the initial question was to solve for x, I need one of these two values. Doesn't really matter which one I choose. But I need one of those two values in this case to help me solve for x. Now, if we take a look back up here, I want to actually take a look back at when we first started solving for this. We had said let a equal a 4x plus 1. Let's just double check that, and that is correct. Now, what we're going to go ahead and do in this case, guys, in order for us to solve for x, is we actually need to choose one of these two values. Let me change colors there. One of these two values here to substitute into here. Doesn't matter which one you choose. You just need one of those values to give you a solution. So let's say I were to choose, in this case, a equals 6. Let's say I were to choose a equals -6, actually. So I need to make my equation equal to -6, and I have equals a 4x plus 1. Now, because we're focused on solving for x, I need to leave this alone. So I'm actually going to go ahead and move the 1 to the other side, and by doing that, I subtract. I have, in this case, a -7 equals a 4x. Now, from there, in this case, guys, we want to leave the x alone, so the last thing you want to do with that one is divide. Let's go ahead and divide by 4 on both sides. And that gives us, in this case, x to equal -7 over 4. So it would actually be one of our solutions. That would be one of our solutions. Now, in this case, Khan is actually only going to be asking for one answer, so that could be one of my answers, right? I could also try doing the other one where a, in this case, equals a -3. Let's say a equals a -3. And so I have to make now the equation equal to a negative. So -3 equals a 4x plus a 1. And I'm going to go ahead and subtract 1 to both sides. That gives us a -4 equals a 4x. Final step is to divide. So x in this case equals a -1. So either of these answers in this case we could put, doesn't matter which one we choose, it's either one of those. So this is actually the last part, guys, of solving for x. Once you find your a value where we're doing the diamond method up here, you now have to make one of these two equal to the original equation of let the variable equal a certain expression. So that's for example number 3.